Today we're going to talk about crocheting for beginners, and I like to crochet amigurumis, so I'm going to show you how to do the basic crocheting with amigurumi and how to make a magic circle without making the magic circle, and how to do the basic stuff like crocheting in around and adding stitches, and how to do some decreases and how to get a nice finish. So we're just gonna talk about the basic stuff here today, and it's gonna be, I'm gonna crochet slow and we're gonna take it step by step. So if you haven't crocheted before, this is the perfect tutorial for you. Also, if you have crocheted and looking to update those skills, you can check out this video. So I get many questions about this whale because I have a very basic whale pattern, and I'm gonna show you how to make a little amigurumi ball basically, and then you can try some of my other patterns. They are all easy, beginner friendly and quick patterns. So I'm just gonna start it with a crochet hook. It doesn't matter what kind of hook or yarn you're using, and you're just gonna do a slip knot, and I'm gonna show you how to do a slip knot. So just grab the yarn like this and hold it like this, and now you just put the yarn like so, and then you pinch it with your thumb and your pinky. So, or you can like do so if you are left-handed. So just hold it like this and pinch here, like so. And now I'm going to show you again, like so. Just hold it there, and then you just grab the yarn from the middle. So just go here in between, and then grab the yarn and pull it up. And this is how to do a slip knot. This is the first thing you have to know when you start to crochet. I'm just going to show you this one more time. So just make like a circle and pinch it there, and then pull up the loop. So there you have your slip knot. So now you want to make some chains, and these are also very easy. You probably maybe know how to do this. You're just gonna hold your yarn like this. You can wrap it twice around your index finger, or just put it over one time like this. You know, this is what you prefer. I like to hold it between my fingers there, and then twice around my index finger, and then I just control the yarn tension with my thumb here and just hold the chain there, and then just grab the yarn and pull through. So you can adjust the hook like this with your finger here, and it shouldn't be too tight here, so you have to give yourself some room here. You don't want to crochet too tight because it will make your life harder, or your crochet, it will be harder to crochet if you have a very tight tension. So just hold it like this, and then you just play around with the hook and see and get used to how to hold it, and then just grab it there, and then you turn the hook when you pull it through so it doesn't fall off, so the yarn won't fall off the hook, and there you have your chain. So here one more time, just wrap it around and pull through, and then make sure to to turn the hook towards you when you do this. So I'm just going to make 4 chains now, and I'm going to show you how to turn it into a ring, because some have problems making a magic ring. I also have a tutorial on that, so you can try this too when you have made the basics. So I'm counting here 4. So here you don't count the stitch where your hook is, just count the other 4 V's, and then go in the first chain. Here is the first one, the first little V, and then just grab the yarn like we did and pull it through it one time, and also the knot on your hook second time. And here you have a little ring. So here you can see in the middle a little hole there if you pull like this. So you can see you have a little hole here, and this is where we're going to add our stitches. I'm going to show you one more time. So you make your slip knot, and then make your 4 chains, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then go in the first, grab your yarn and pull through 1 time and 2 times. Like so. Now you can see the hole better here. So this is where we are crocheting inside. We're going to make some single crochets here. Now you just go inside the hole here and then grab the yarn and pull through, pull it up like so, and then you have 2 chains on your hook. Now grab the yarn and pull through those chains like so. Here is your first single crochet. Now do this 1 more time. Grab the yarn and pull it up. Leave it on the hook, grab the yarn and pull through 2 loops. So we have 2 single crochets. We're going to do this 4 more times until we have 6 single crochets. So do this 1 more time. We have 3. So here is how to count. You count those little V's here. So here's 1, 2, and where your chain is, the loops that's standing up, this is your 3rd. And here, 1 more time, you can also, you can just crochet over this strand here if you want to. Here is 4 and 5 and 6. So now you have 6 chains. Now just grab the loop there and try to close it, like pull on it. So I'm just going to grab a stitch marker. This could be just a piece of a strand of yarn, and put it before your stitch. And now just put it like so, and now you can just crochet over here in the next stitch. You can also do joining rounds, or you can do just continue, and this is what I'm gonna do. When you're joining rounds, we are working with a slip stitch in the first single crochet, but usually I just crochet in continuous rounds. So I'm just gonna insert the hook in the next single crochet here and do my next stitch. So do a single crochet here as well. And now I'm going to do 1 more because we want to do an increase round here. So increase just means 2 single crochets in the same stitch. So here is the second stitch. So now you can see that I have added stitches here. And here you can just pull here, and hopefully this will close. This doesn't happen every time, but if you do learn how to make a magic ring, this will close. So you can weave in this strand here so it doesn't bother you. To weave in the ends, just grab a larger tapestry needle with a big eye and just thread it. And this is the back side here, and this is the front side, and I know it because the stitches are kind of looking at me. To see those little V's here, they are looking at me, and this is the back side. And I just go here in the back side on top of the stitch, and I just weave in the end here. You can do this multiple times to make it extra secure. And if you're making something for children, you have to make sure that the ends are extra secure. So take your time and weave in the ends. Now cut the yarn and then insert the hook in the loop again. So now we're going to increase in every stitch, so we get from 6 single crochets to 12 single crochets. So this is very easy. You just have to do 2 single crochets in each stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So here also 1 and 2. And also here in the next 1 and 2. If you're insecure where you are, just look at your stitch and see if you're really in that stitch, or if you have to go to the next one. And also counting is very important. If you're a beginner, you should always count your stitches after each row or each round. So now we just have to get from 12 stitches to 18 stitches, and because we are increasing in a multiple of 6, we have to increase 6 times. So that's very easy. Just pull up your stitch marker and then do 1 single crochet in the next stitch, like so. So here insert the hook in the next one and then do your single crochet there. Like so. Here is your first single crochet, and we get to the second one, do 2 single crochets there. So here is the increase, and we're gonna do this 6 times, so we end up with 18 stitches. We're repeating this 1 single crochet in the next stitch and increasing in the next stitch. So if you're, for example, working with a pattern with 7 single crochets, you have to repeat it 7 times, and 8 single crochets, you have to repeat this step 8 times, and so on. So it's really just very basic math, depending on how many stitches you started with. So here, 1 single crochet in the next and increase in the next. So when I was a beginner, the one thing that I found difficult was to see where I had done my increases and where I haven't done my increases, and to know where exactly I am. I'm going to show you now. So I'm just going to pull up my hook a little bit, like so. This is just to secure it so it doesn't unravel so fast. And now you just take a look at the stitch there. So here, if I pull it like so, you can see where like the yarn goes here. This is where your stitch is, and then the next stitch is the unworked stitch that you're working into. So you kind of see here those little V's here. So the single crochet and also the other, like especially the single crochet, this is made up like with 2 V's there, one at the bottom and one at the top, and you just go into the next one that is not unworked. But like I said in the beginning, just keep counting your stitches and check your pattern and see if you have the right amount of stitches. So now here is the next one, and also in this type of pattern we should always end with an increase, because we started with, for example, 1 single crochet and 1 increase in the next, and so you have to end with 1 increase. Some patterns also like begins with 1 increase, and then you have to end with 1 like a normal single crochet without an increase. So I hope this makes sense. So now we can do 1 more increase row. So here we have to increase in every 3rd stitch to get to 24 stitches. So here's the first single crochet in the next stitch, is the beginning of the round. And here is the second single crochet, and here is the 3rd one. So do 2 single crochets there, like so. And now we repeat 2 single crochet. So I think you start to get how this works now with the increases. So it's very easy. So to do more increase rounds, you follow just in the same pattern. Then in round 5 you would do increase in every 4th stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then increase in the next stitch. Repeat all the way around, and then it would be 5 single crochets and increase in the next stitch, and so on and so forth. So this is what I would recommend you to practice in the beginning, just making like simple rounds with single crochets and increasing, and then you can do a couple of rounds here now with 1 single crochet in each stitch. And also I'm going to show you how to do the decreases. This is also not hard, and it's something you can do as a beginner. So I'm just gonna do 1 single crochet in each stitch. So in my example here I have 18 single crochets. I'm just going to quick do 1 more round and increase, so we get to 24 single crochets. So I'm guessing you already know how to do this now. You're just gonna increase in every 3rd stitch, so do 2 single crochets and increase in that 3rd one. So here 1 and 2, and the next is the increase stitch. So here 1 and 2, and here is the last one. I just skipped the video a little bit here. So now I have 24 single crochets. You can see it starts to look a little bit like a hexagon now, And this is also, you can also learn a little trick later on how to make a perfect round circle, but with amigurumi we don't have to worry about this because you can't see it anyway. Now just do one single crochet in each stitch for a couple of rounds. I'm just going to do one round here because this is just going to be a little example, but feel free to do more rounds and practice. But I'm just doing one single crochet here in each stitch. So if you have a little problem as a beginner with tension and stuff, don't worry about it. Your work won't look perfect the first time or maybe the second time. You know, some are also very talented and get it right the first time, but if you don't worry about it. My stitches looked very bad at the beginning, but it will get better if you practice. So now I'm going to show you how to do the decreases. This is very simple. So we're going to decrease in like the third and the fourth stitch here because I have 24 stitches, so I have to do 2 single crochets, and I'm going to do my decrease. So here 2 single crochets. So I'm going to show you how to do a normal decrease, and afterwards I'm going to show you how to do an invisible decrease. So the first thing you probably have learned, maybe have learned also if you've been a little into crochet, you know how to do a normal decrease. So just insert the hook in the next stitch, like go through both loops there. So here, go through the loop there, both loops, and then grab the yarn and pull up a loop. So now you have 2 loops. Also now just go into the next stitch here again and then pull up another loop. So you have 3 loops on the hook. Now you just yarn over, so grab the yarn hair and pull through all 3 loops. So this is a normal decrease. I'm going to show you one more time. So insert the hook in the next stitch and pull up a loop. Also insert hook in the next stitch and pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. So if I'm working in rows, I like to do a normal decrease. I don't worry about doing an invisible decrease. So you can see it has a little bump there, so you can see it a little bit. So when you work with amigurumi, I would recommend to do an invisible decrease. You just go through the front loop only. So here's the front loop, here's the back loop. You go through the front loop on the first and also on the second stitch. Don't pull up any loops in between like we did with the normal way. Just go directly into the next loop there. So now you grab the yarn and pull through 2 loops, and grab the yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops, and that's your invisible decrease. And it's much better because you can't see it. I'm going to show you one more time. I'm just going to do my 2 single crochets there, and here is the decrease again. I just go through the front loop only. On the next 2 stitches, grab the yarn and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So it's a much better, nicer decrease, especially if you're working in rounds and working with amigurumi, and it's not harder than the other way, so you might as well learn the invisible too. So as you can see, we start to get a little shaping here because there are decreases, and this is exactly what we want. So now we just continue here doing our 2 single crochets and 1 decrease. So also tell me in the comments below what you have made or what you want to make as a newbie crocheter or amigurumi maker. I would also love to hear about like little ideas that you have for simple basic crochet patterns for beginners. I have a little veil here on my channel, and I have some like basic stuff. So here is the last stitch, and you're gonna have to do an decrease in the last stitch. So if you don't have that, you should check if you have any mistakes there. So here is 1 single crochet and then 1 decrease in the next. We're going now to 8 to 12, from 18 to 12 stitches. So here one single crochet and one decrease in the next. So here also one decrease and one single crochet in the next stitch. So here again, have to watch out where you put your hook. This is the stitch where we are here. You can see it very clear there, and here is the next stitch. So also practice to see where your hook is, on which stitch you are. So this is like a good thing to know so you won't make any mistakes. Also, one thing to know is, for example, I start my pattern with one single crochet, one increase in the next, or one single crochet and one decrease in the next. If you do it like this, you always have to end with one decrease or one increase. So if you haven't done so, you know you have a mistake somewhere. Now I'm just putting some filling material here in our little ball here. So just add some stuffing there. You don't want to put too much stuffing in there, but not too little either. So you don't want to overstuff so you see the stitches, the stuffing through the stitches like that. So just make sure that it's a little invisible. So now we're just gonna do some decreases again. So the last decrease round. So now we're gonna decrease in every stitch. And we have 12, so it's we're decreasing 6 times here. So just put the stuffing a little bit down there and then do your decreases. So I just insert the stitch in the hook in the first stitch here and also in the next, and I do my decreases. So here also, here is the next one. And here is the next one. And the next one. So make sure to check if you're not putting the hook there in the same stitch. So here is the next one, and here is the last, oh sorry, 2 more decreases. I have 4 single crochets left. Here is the first one. And here is the last decrease, like so. So now you can cut the yarn here. Leave a little strand, always leave a little strand when you cut the yarn, so you can use it to weave in. Now just go in the next stitch and do a slip stitch. Just insert the hook in the next stitch and pull through, like here, pull through that one and also the loop on the hook, and then just pull it complete through. So now you want to sew this hole closed. You can do this in a nice way and in a not so nice way. I'm going to show you the not the nice way, of course. So the not nice way is just to go through and weave like so, but you don't want to do that because it won't be so nice. You want to go into the front loop only on the next stitch. So here's the back loop, here is the front loop, just like we did with those decreases. So here, go in through the front loop and then do this in every stitch. So I think like the key to make nice things in crochet is just go through the front loop only. So we just go through here on all the, like here's the last one, and now pull closed, and then just go back in the middle and out somewhere else, like so, and then you get a nice finish. So here we have a little ball, and now you can go ahead and cut the yarn. Just pull a little bit, cut the yarn. So there is our little ball, and now you have made your first ball hopefully, and you can go into like more advanced stuff, like also easy, but you can make this little cat. This is also made like in the same basic patterns like we did. Also this little whale, I can recommend. This has a little like whale blow. This is just made with chains, and this is also a very beginner friendly pattern that you can make as a beginner. So it's not so hard to make those things. Also, if you're more advanced, you can go and make this mouse. Just made a pumpkin mouse. It's also very easy. Maybe it looks hard in the beginning, but if you practice a little bit, I'm sure you will be able to make those. So this is the pattern that I'm gonna release in a couple of days. I just haven't had time to film it yet, but this is a little reindeer that I'm working on. This is also something you can do as a beginner with a little bit of practice. I made with a little scarf, and he also has some, like a little pom-pom tail there and some limbs. So I'm gonna show you next time. Hopefully in a few days I will have this pattern ready. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope that you will be able, if you haven't crocheted, maybe make your first amigurumi animals soon, and we'll see you next time. I wish you a nice day. Goodbye.